Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Grinning Dragon. This is Christopher, and today we're going to go and check out some Kickstarters. I just want to remind everybody that 4 days to go on the Acid House Terrain second print for wargaming and RPGs set in the sci-fi universe here. Check them out. I recorded them last time on my last video, but if you are still unsure, go ahead and check them out. They got about 4 days left. They also have an Instagram. You could go check them out. Acid House Terrain on Instagram. They got already 663 backers. They're just trying to get some more stretch goals going on. So if we could raise this number up here, it'd be great. Just go ahead and back it. If you like it, if you want some nice terrain that's easy to put away and put back, that's very durable and almost waterproof, come and check them out. Acid House Terrain. It's portable terrain. I can't say your guys' names. I am very sorry, but check it out, okay? Let's get back to the video here. So we have Uncharted Lands book and STL collection. Now this one here is from the Lost Adventure series. I have not played any of the Lost Adventure series, but I believe they are all 5e compatible. And what it is, it's an RPG series of adventures, of course, that in this one here gives you a collection. If there was collections for the other ones, I do apologize. Wasn't aware of them before, but now I am. I love this thing up my alley. I do like the whole idea of kind of like these lost lands. There's apparently 8 different sections of these lands here. It's created by Danny Herrero, and it's an STLN book collection, meaning you get one book. It's a 120-page hardcover book of the Uncharted lands. You get the 8 theme collections and 3D printable minis that go along with those collections, and we'll get to that in a second here, and that's why I do love this type of things. It's getting a lot of value, and I'll go over pricing at the very end here, but you also get 10 standalone adventures and virtual tabletop. You also get lore and player options, as well as 8 playable races. So these are the themes that they're going with, like a Blasted Isle, the Golden Plains, Heart of the Green Sea, Town of Greymill, Moonlit Mountain, Sunken City, Kobold Coalition, which is one as I'm liking a lot. And my buddy of mine would like the Greenmill Sewers, as kobolds and Ratkin kind of live in those sections. These are the new races and sub-races that come in these books here. If you want to go check them out, yes, it is, say, a trash kobold, a snow orc, a new elf, another form of Goliath, and yes, this one is like a spider woman, literally a spider race here. And then a pureblood T-Call. I haven't really looked into these guys so much, but they look interesting to play. Always good to have fun player options. You also have some brand new subclasses. You got 4 added to the game here. Sorry, my voice is a little raspy. And then we got some new monsters that are added on here that are interesting, like this Arctic owlbear and a bullet that, well, it blinks instead of burying itself in the ground. And this one looks pretty interesting as well. So we'll get back down to here. We also have the encounters as well that are inside these books here, along with the standalone adventures written by these game designers right here. Well, best writers in the industry, according to the creator. So let's get to it. If you guys know any of these guys, this might be another reasons to kind of back the book in there. The book comes in either PDF form or hard cover. So there's the core collections. There's 17 boss minis, 20 buildings, 131 miniatures, and 202 scatter terrain miniatures. Okay. Now, if you want to see what they look like, I'll show you here in a second, but they have these links right here, and they kind of show you what they printed out to show you the quality and the scaling that they kind of went with here. But let's see here. So example, this one here is that owlbear we saw earlier. As you can see, pretty much printed. It looks almost like a filament. You could kind of see the lines on that. Little dragon there, but these are all like resin based. I don't know what kind of printer they used. little blink cat or displacer beast. A golem, a little halfling. This is kind of some of the quality prints they did. So yeah, it just definitely looks like filament, but yeah, definitely looking like filament. But you can see this just kind of like little samples. It kind of print out really quick. So even if you have filament, it still comes out really well, in my opinion. Now this is for the larger ones here. That's what kind of impressed me. Now this one here is what the kobolds actually ride on. It's the T-Rex, and it literally has like a platform so you could stack your kobolds on there. That's pretty cool, huh? Another clay golem here. This is that fire elemental guy here. I wish they had another model there for scale, but just kind of like different pictures of those test prints, essentially. Look at this going here. A multi-arm elemental. Nice. And of course, this one they got a red render instead of a gray render, so that'll be interesting to play against. But anyway, let's get back to it. So, like I said, there's a core collection. You have the Blasted Isle. Okay, it's one of the 8 core collections, and they all fit a theme. So all the STL minis fit in this world right here. Okay. So you got like this big boss guy is a soul behemoth, smoldering soul behemoth. And you get some buildings, some colonists there that go with the town, and it tells you right here what they're kind of used for, adventuring or storytelling. And you got 3 burning souls, raging souls, 3 red renders, 3 lava structures, lava formations. And that's another thing awesome with that is that you get the scatter terrain and all this extra terrain to kind of fill up your board and kind of, create that cohesive story. So when you go ahead and play with your friends on the tabletop, it's right there. Now you will get virtual tabletop assets are available as well. So this one here is the Golden Plains, for example, and you get a big old dragon right here. You have 3 of them because they're all ghosts. So that's their version of Ghost Dragons. Pretty sick. Very form of the spirits, some centaurs, and this is the cool bullets I was telling you about, the blink bullets. You can see they're even teleporting still through it. So that's a pretty cool thing. As it looks like some Aarakocra you could kind of play as. Some tents and some other rock formations. The terrain is really cool in my opinion. Always good because you could use this for like other games as well, like Age of Sigmar, or maybe even just use the scatter for like Warhammer 40k or other games you play, like let's say Hordes or War Machine. It's something I play quite a bit. So Rainbow Sewers is more like if you have the sewer adventure. I know Dungeons & Layers had a sewer adventure here, but this kind of adds a little bit more flavor to it, a little bit more monsters, of course. You get this big boss. There's always a boss in every adventure here. That's what makes this cool. And the buildings could be really big. So a lot of value on these STLs here. And this one here is for the Heart of the Green Sea, the giant crocodile. And you get all these minis, and look at that. Very whimsical type of terrain. Fits right into like that woodland type of ruinic. It's my favorite right here is the Kobold Coalition. I mean, look at this. It's like a Kobold alliance of trash kobolds, okay? They kind of like repurpose trash and recycle it. And, they ride on dinosaurs. You get a T-Rex too. You got swappable heads. You could have like horns or not horns. Looks like you get an iron golem too. And just look at all these little kobolds. And these guys have like, look at that. Barrels. Like literally using barrels as armor. This is fun. And then like using the ship as a base. Like, it's all really cool. I like them. There's a lot of character right here. I mean, look how fun that is. Definitely chunky kobolds. And you got Movement Mountains, which are more based on these frost giants right here. And apparently they're undead. So that's kind of neat. So this one you could actually kind of mix with like Ram of the Frost Maiden if you really wanted to. So these are some nice STLs you could get right here for you. And there's of course some terrain. Again, if you got 3D printer, this is right up your alley. That's the Sunken City. If you do like kind of like underwater type of based type of games right here. You get about 2 of these creatures, different poses, which is really awesome. And these bosses are massive. All right, so that's like those arachnid people that you could use as play. Okay, you got Tonic Raymill. There you go. Get some more insects right there. An actual like town and scatters. So this is like right here. I'm trying to box right here. So this is exactly what you're getting. You're getting new stat blocks, magic items, new spells, great artwork, new lore NPC cards, printable high detail maps, of course, and everything I stated before. Okay, and you could go ahead and download some of the STLs right here, which is also nice. And these are free, so you can go ahead and try them out. If you want to see the stat cards, the stat blocks, we got you some right there. So this is a good start. Now your creatures, very nice little STLs there because it's in scaling for them, which is cool. And we kind of get everything for fifth edition, but you could always use this for other role-playing games. And like I said, now this is kind of the tiers right here. You could just do an all digital PDF if you just want the book. You could do the PDFs of one collection. So you would choose either one of these guys here for $20. And then you could do the book only tier for a physical copy of $30 right there. And that was an early bird, but we don't do that anymore. So now it's $40 for the book. Okay, which ain't too bad. And then you get $50 for PDF tier and the book. You have $60 if you want all the STLs. That's quite a bit of miniatures. I believe well over 355, that looks like. And you'll get more with the stretch goals, of course. And that's going to be about $70 if you want both digital, STL, and PDFs. And then I believe for $80 you get the physical, and you get all the STLs and any stretch goals, of course. All right. So as you keep going with the campaign, you unlock stretch goals like always. So the guys shoot lava bridges, some maybe baby creatures of those creatures that we've seen before, another boss that the backers vote for, some elder huts, more content for the book, also more STLs. Just you even get like the townsfolk. Look at that. Just more orcs, and there's a lot of value when it comes to Kickstarters. That's why I like doing the backings. And look at that, axe beaks, like really good looking axe beaks. That is pretty awesome. So definitely check this Kickstarter out if you haven't already. I think it's well worth your time. I mean, you can even just back the STL part, and you're going to get all these STLs a part of the Kickstarter, essentially, along with that file there. But I recommend you going and getting the book too, because then you'll get everything. Now, here's what's awesome. So if you go all in, you also get this Ancient Black Guardian, which is an Ancient Black Dragon STL file, and that's unlocked right there. It's free for all backers. You also get a nice giant Ramoraz. Look at these legs. So something really creepy out if you don't like the legs. We even threw in a magma worm. Bone golems here. Look at this. All of it seems to be unlocked. So, spoke too soon. Got some death giants, a giant werewolf to unlock. Yeah, just keep going, man. Zombie Carnotaur or T-Rex, just whatever head you want to use. But yeah, definitely killing it with these add-ons now. Shipping's not too bad if you live in the United States. A little bit more expensive for Canada and across the seas here, okay? But you could go ahead and meet the team, of course, but I think this would be a good addition for you as a DM. Definitely more pointing towards a DM, and you could kind of share this with your players as well for the book, so you could give them more character options, more races. But go ahead and check them out. There's 18 days left to go, so by the end of the month of August, this would be closing at about 7 p.m., and that's Central Standard Time there. So keep in mind, take a look. Uncharted Lands by Danny Herrero, and just check them out. This is his fourth Kickstarter he has going on here, and these STL sculpts are really fantastic. I would like to see them on a resin printer. I wish they did a couple on a resin printer to try out, but I'll go ahead and probably try to get some of these printed out and see how they look. All right, let's go to the next one here. So we got Flamecraft here. Now, Flamecraft right there is a worker placement board game. It's really cute. The art is by Sandra Tang. If you're familiar with her work, she's done a lot of other serious dragons. She's an amazing artist, and essentially, yes, this is a dragon roasting a creme brulee. Okay, so essentially, this game is about artisan dragons. So getting with the theme here, I'm getting all kind of scaly on you, but you're kind of going together with these little guys here, and you're trying to help a town kind of prosper. And ideally get more points than the other people that you're playing with, of course. But the main thing is you're going from, this is a game board, by the way, it's a long board. It's really cute. I like the designs. It's very cute design work right here. So now, a couple of things to note. So you'll get like all these wooden pieces right here. Typically come with the regular game. Now these plastic pieces and these gold coins like that will come with the advanced copy of the game that is only available on the Kickstarter only. Okay, so once the Kickstarter is over, these pieces and these gold coins and like anything special will be just regular like wood right after that. Okay. So it's up to 5 players. You gotta be at least 14 and up because the rules are a little bit more complicated than normal. But again, it's a strategy game where you kind of put your worker placement and gain resources and advance. These are like the very punny kind of town shops, and this kind of how you get the idea of how to play a game here. So this is like you get a coin, this right here you get a fancy dragon, and this right here you get a coin again, but you got to fulfill and put like a dragon card on one of these things here. I'll go over the gameplay real quick because I'll show you where that's at. That's down here. They give you the rules for free. They've also got other YouTubers right here that have tried the game out. But here's the standard edition right there. You get about 22 shops, all jumbo cards. 42 artisan dragons, 21 fancy dragons, and 18 enchantments. Now you see these are scratched off. The reason being is because we hit stretch goals and they're added to the base game. Okay. And these are the meat bowls you get, which are the wooden pieces for the dragons. They represent your character on the field, your worker. You get the enchantments right here, which kind of help you build the town, power up your dragons when you want to enchant. You kind of play one of these. And you get the score, which are the heart markers, and then the item tokens, which are cardboard. Okay. Now, you have these coins right here, which are also cardboard, and then 6-player aids, okay, which kind of help tell you what the dragons do and what you can do during the gameplay. As I said, rules get a little bit more complicated as you go on, but again, you get one big town map, and this is kind of how you track the points right here. All right, kind of put like a little marker on that of the color of your dragon. You just go around the board. The one with the highest amount of points wins and helps the town the most. All right, so this is what you get in the deluxe edition. Now you get like these really nice printed game pieces right here that represent every one of the dragons. The leaf dragon, the meat dragon, the bread dragon. I believe this one's the fancy dragon, potion dragon, and the propane dragon. Oh, crystal dragon, sorry. So here's all the wooden tokens right there. You also get the wooden tokens that represent each of the dragons. Really nice, 35 of each. You get also real metal coins in a coin pouch, about 24 of them. And the coins represent like a wild card, essentially, like any one of these resources you could get, okay? And what's nice is they add this tray to it, so you could have your game all nice, organized in this box, just like that. All right. So it's really good. Again, if you want to see how to play, you got Hungry Gamer right here and Mark Street. Hungry Gamer goes over a thing how to play, and then they kind of give you a brief synopsis right here. Okay, so you can fire up some dragons, and essentially you're trying to expand the town. And then once you start finishing like a building, I take it, you put a new one down, so a new shop comes into play. All right, and I believe you can only stay at one shop per turn, and then you have to move to another shop. You can't kind of stay there. Just keep playing it. So here's the how to play there with Hungry Gamer if you want to check them out. Otherwise, if you're just more of a reader, you can go ahead and download the rule book right here. Now, things are subject to change, of course. You could also check out Sarah Shaw right here. She does board games in a minute. So if you're more familiar with her, go ahead and check her out. So my Kickstarter, they like it. It's the best thing. You get some, you give free promos to people that back it. It kind of gives them more hype. Gets them much more views because they are on YouTube and Cardboard Academy. So check them out. They're also on Instagram. I'm going to tell you why I told you that in a second, because they have exclusive stuff, limited bonus art, and you save a lot of money compared to buying it at a retail store. Okay, and it's just helps backing it. So let's see here. You got your pledge levels. There's only 2 pledge levels in this one, so this one's kind of an easier Kickstarter if you're a first timer. So you got a shopkeeper one, which is standard Flamecraft edition. So you get the tablecloth mat with every edition of the game, and heart scoring tokens and the meeples. Okay. Now if you have the Flamekeeper one, everything's kind of well organized. You get these special dragon tokens, little better tokens for your resources, little hearts. You just look at the dragon stuff, little ones, so you could track where you're at on the scoreboard. And then this one here, again, you can only get on the Kickstarter. So take advantage of that while you can. So you could always add on now these ones here. If you don't want to spend the $79 US, you could just do the shopkeeper tier and just add some of these things on here, okay? And even the trays and the metal coins. I think the metal coins are really cool. Now, this right here is if you love art and you want to help support the artist right here, you do $24 add-on, which gives you this nice, beautiful artwork. Again, that's by Sandra Tang. So take a look. You can also do a little baby dragon plushie, okay? And essentially, you get one plushie with any game. You get free shipping on the plushie. Little dragon coasters, very cute design. All right. And then some other coasters as well that are still available by Cardboard Academy, but this one I think is a real winner. There's their event calendar there. So they have their schedule right there. It's Friday the 13th right now. September 2nd is the last day to back this. Okay. So they'll have some game streams. They had one today, so that's why it's circle purple. They have also a live drawing right there with Sandara herself. And you get to sign up and play with developers on any of these days right here. Some Saturdays right there. You got the 14th, which is tomorrow, and the 28th, where you could go ahead and sign up on their Discord and play with the developers here, okay? Here's their schedule right here, located down below. And if you want to try to win a fancy dragon miniature, you could play in these puzzles right here. And essentially, I think you get an entry every time you solve a puzzle. Yeah, you get one bonus entry for solving a puzzle, okay? So anytime you correctly solve a puzzle, you get one entry. So go try it out. Definitely give it a shot, okay? And then this one here is their social goals. Again, they've already blown past 2 of them, which is, well, 1 of them, sorry. So working on the coffee one, which is kind of cute. The breads is done. They have about 630 subs in the bookstore. And the pizza parlor, I'm surprised no one's done that one yet. So you download the Manny Dragon art, print it, color it, and take them to dinner. Use the heavy cardstock element and he eats a lot. So you could go right here and print him out, color him in. This might be fun if you have kids. Definitely really cute type of thing. All right, here's the stretch goals right here. You got the game funded, game map, full color Dragon Minis component. It's only in the deluxe set, of course. And pretty much it keeps going. They've blown past a lot of their stretch goals already. You got a comfy rock. And, so you're getting quite a bit of value automatically when you go ahead and bust this. And this is actually a cheap Kickstarter. Most Kickstarters that are board games like this are like upwards of $100 for their special edition. And this one's very affordable, in my opinion. They also have a retailer edition right there. If you're a retailer, you go ahead and reach out to them. And of course, shipping. Here's the shipping details right there. USA and Canada. United Kingdom gets a little bit cheaper. On the regular Shopkeeper Standard Edition, it's only a few bucks more if you want the deluxe. Again, it's very reasonable. In my opinion here, very reasonable. Okay? And then if you have 6 friends, if you order about 6 of them, you get additional 5% off on your entire order, which is also nice. And then she kind of talks about the little dragons at the very bottom. It's a very interesting Kickstarter, super cute. They really get into it. I love this art. It's just adorable. It's very different from normal dragons. This is Sundara's other works right here. If you're interested in that, again, you can follow her on Instagram, DeviantArt, and all that other good stuff like Facebook and whatnot. And they kind of talk about like Cardboard Academy and of course their little game here. Now this is by Manny Vega, who designed Kitty Sparkle Kitty in Knights and Shadow Kitty game series. So I'm not too familiar with that one, but if anyone has, this would be a good thing to kind of back up here. Okay. And this is just kind of like a little thing about their video. So go ahead, check them out. Again, this one here is the Flamecraft. It's a very cute game. Probably an easy one to start if you want to get into the village building and resource management type of board games. This would be probably a good start for you. All right, let's get to the next one. So we got Dragonbond Lords of Vaala. Now this one here is an asymmetric board game here. And it comes with a free expansion, of course. It's made by Draco Studios. If you're not aware of Draco Studios made the Dragonbond series. They also had released recently a Kickstarter, which is the Dragons of Red Moon, which was their RPG, and which introduced like legendary dragon battles, which you fought like raid bosses with. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to do a review on that book once I get the hard copy, but that should be coming in shortly. Now, this is a very well done Kickstarter in my opinion. This is, again, Dragonbond Lords of Vaala. The Dragonbond is the series, that is part of. And Lords of Vaala is this board game where you play up to 4 people. You could play either a dragon or a general. And what you're doing is you're essentially trying to take over the world here and get enough points in order to become victorious. Now, you can team up in the game with a dragon character, and you create a Dragonbond, and that goes for the rest of the game. Now, you could win together or lose together at that point. It becomes like almost a cooperative game till the end. So it's actually pretty cool. This has been fun in 6 hours, so this is like an insane one. Okay, so it's $49 to back right here. This is kind of what the game board and game pieces look like. Now, when you start getting the resource called Vaala, it's like a magic, and you could flip these coins here and cast some magic spells or do some abilities right here, okay? Now, these are like your armies that you could put down on your hero cards, and this kind of gives you a little bit more powers, a little bit more abilities to do, okay? So it takes about an hour to play, 12 and up. Again, very friendly shipping to these locations here, and available in these languages as well. So this right here is a featured kind of pledge there. You could expand your game to 6 players with the expansion, okay, which is the Lords of Vaala, and then the Legends of Valerna, okay, which gives you 2 more generals and a couple of monsters that you could actually battle, which are pretty cool. Now you get the Armies of Blood and Dreams, which are always included for free when you get a copy of the Kickstarter, okay. So only backers only, and you get the stretch goals, of course. Gotta have the stretch goals. And this guy, you also get the STLs and PDFs right here, which usually come a lot earlier than the actual game itself. So you can print and play the game right away, and print these STLs for the Blood and Dreams right there, okay? Again, you can play as a general or a dragon. You can play cooperatively with the Dragonbond mechanic here. Also, if you don't have enough players, if you're playing with like 2 people or 1 person, there are modes where you play it against the board itself. So there's a nice AI mode for single players, and I think you could just throw 2 more people in the game too. That way, makes it more interesting. So that way, you're always having like a game of 4. All right, and pretty much I won't go to get too much into how to play. There's some promo cards there if you were an early supporter. It is what it is. Not the best like early support, but I mean it's pretty good. Okay. So again, like I said, it's about 1 to 4 players. That's the main developer here, Alessio Cavatore. He's Cavatore, I think. So he's played a lot of games back in the day. Okay, worked on Warhammer Fantasy, 40K, Lord of the Rings. So he's very good at strategy board games in general. Okay, so his main company now is River Horse, and they produce games like that Labyrinth board game, which came out I think last year. So go check them out. This is like the other concept artist right here. It's fantastic. You can see some of their works from Magic the Gathering and other RPG books. Okay, and now this is again part of the Dragonbond universe, so definitely really cool. And this is kind of like what the dragons look like when they're fully painted and whatnot. If you add stuff to the base, I kind of like that they did this part right here. It kind of gives you an idea of what they should be looking like when they're all painted up, and it also gives you a better feel once these pieces are painted up. If you have minis for your board games, they're becoming more and more elaborate as we go on, and I absolutely adore them. Like, you should definitely paint them, and this is kind of the scaling for you. This dragon right here with his wings unfurled is quite a big dragon, okay? 110 millimeters is no joke. So again, you could choose your allies right there as you play. Program your strategy right there as you go, because everyone puts a card in this card pile here at the beginning of every game right here, like that. And then once everyone has done that, another card, and then you just kind of play the story out like that, all right? And you can play cards as you go on and increase your power and stuff like that here as well. That's the bond mechanic, a little harvest mechanic. They're on Board Game Geek as well, but definitely a cool look. Is what you get in the box. You get essentially your character, and you get your character card, which kind of tells you a little bit snippets about them. And then you also have their main game piece card right here. And that's their player mat. Okay. And unit tokens, that could be whatever, and just regular tokens, and your player token right there. Okay. It kind of shows you if you're bonded with someone or not. And these are your action cards right here based on your character. Every character has them, so it's pretty cool. Check them out. Definitely a neat kind of game. I like that you can play solo. I like that you can play with friends or whatnot, of course. And it's kind of like a little world map that you're fighting to get that precious Vaala right there, okay? So this is for the total base game, and it's essentially $49 only. So base, not too bad. If you just want the STLs too, it's about $15 for the STLs and PDF. Here's the stretch goals, of course. They blew right past them. hands down, brand new cards for stage 1. You get about these guys right here, another 24 miniatures for Armies of Blood and Dreams. And they're going to hit about stage 3 here in a second, I think, not too long ago. Yeah, so this would be really cool. Okay, let's see if you reach stage 3. So, again, this is kind of like stuff getting unlocked if they reach these type of price points here, okay? This is Draconic Offerings expansion, 1,000 copies of Legends of Vaala taken, and this kind of showing you all the different pledge levels that are at. Okay. You complete challenges in social media. They have more fun things to do, of course, and once you complete the challenges, you keep going. So that's the base game right there, $49. You get about 24 plastic miniatures. As well as the base game, it comes with 4 plastic miniatures. So if you're a mini maniac like me, that'd be a way to go. You also get the STLs and the PDFs. Okay, at $79, you get the base game. You get a 6-player expansion, which adds 2 new generals to that, and then of course the 24 hard plastic miniatures, which replaces like the little cardboard stand-ins. Okay, and then if you do the $100, the $99 base game one right there, you could do the creatures instead. And now this kind of adds an extra challenge to the game. So if you kill these creatures, you go ahead and you get extra points or extra Vaala, okay? But you can also use these creatures in their RPG game. Now these creatures are really cool looking, in my opinion. So definitely kind of a work. They have a kind of their own type of style. And of course you got your 120, which is the core collection, which you get both the expansions with the 24 hard plastic minis and the base game. And if you pay a little bit more, you'll get 1 gargantuan dragon mini. Now, I think they've done this with each of their ones since their RPG release, which was the Dragons of the Red Moon. They had 3 of them available. They didn't unlock the other stretch goals, unfortunately, but this is another chance to kind of get this dragon right here. There's 3 dragons to choose from. You get to pick one of them from the 3 that they had unlocked from the last Kickstarter. If you want all 3 legends right there, you can get the Great Worms of Draka, which is the adventure book I'm talking about. And then you have the gargantuan dragon miniatures right here that go with this book right here. Fantastic. And that one there comes with the $320 one. All right. You have $15 US right there for this pledge. That's kind of what the monsters look like when they're all paying up. Dragons. Again, I like that they kind of show you that. So it gives you an idea of what they should be looking like, or at least what they look like after they're painted up. Very nice. You can always add things on as well. This one's always included for free, so it's whatever. You don't really need to pay for that one. Okay, that's kind of like the other game add-on. And you get a lore book. And then if you want the Legends of Vaala, which come with these cool, like this guy riding like this is like horse, he's a Fell Knight, and he's got his own like cards right there for actions. And then you got this guy right here, which is an actual player, another player mat. And you get this big ass like demon monster that you could play as instead. And he's pretty cool. Also, the 2 generals as well. Okay. So up to 6 players. I think you should get more than 6 because the game board is really small for that. So and these are all the creatures right here. Look at this Hydra. It's very Oriental kind of style. I absolutely love it. This guy reminds me of the Krang from Ninja Turtles, but with legs and arms. Well, bigger legs and arms anyway. And this one's their Oni. It's a different type of Oni though. We still got like that big Tatsubo. And you got a nice Manticore, like, this grinning human face. Reminds me of that Resident Evil Village. If you play that lately. You also get like a ghoul, and then a goblin, pixie goblin, it looks like. And then look at them. Very nutty. And I give you all the size comparison. This one's like 32 millimeter character right there, and these two are huge monsters. And you got like kind of the more medium-sized beasts right there, okay? And these are kind of the base size there. Again, 75 millimeters, probably going to be the biggest one there, okay? And these are other add-ons you could add to the game, of course. I think this is another full-color map instead, so that's what it'll look like when it's put on. Again, it's a rubber mat of the game world. It would be cool if this was an actual like game mat instead. So, and these are the big dragons that you get. It's miniature for scale. I think these minis usually are about 32 mil for the human. But look at that one. Now this one here is like the poster boy of Dragonbond. At least the dragons part of it. He's supposed to be like one of the strongest dragons to fight. So yeah, this one here is fantastic. Like the Quetzalcoatl look to him. And it's the Great Worms of Draka book right there. It kind of tells you more about Bastarox and how he slays the other dragons and whatnot, and becomes essentially the king of dragons. It's your rewards table there. Kind of tells you the value you're getting. And then, some YouTubes as well if you want to check out how to play. Okay. So interesting game. Definitely. Here's some more base shipping here. Now the cool thing is they kind of tell you what they want to do. So this is their past series. Now they did Dragonbond first, and then Dragons of the Red Moon was their next one. And they're kind of in the final wave fulfillment process. Dragonbond fulfilled in Wave 1 and Wave 2. You also got Great Worms of Draka, which will be fully fulfilled in December if you back that. You got the Lords of Vaala as well, which going on till June. They're planning to have that all fulfilled on June of 2022. Okay. If you also, they have Creature Kingdoms universe. They're kind of backed up with them. You get dodos riding dinos, digital rewards, freight shipping, and all fulfilled. I'm waiting on this game. Very excited to see it. Very excited to play because they kind of threw this guy in there as well. We got a little dodo. So he's one of the racers. And then Kiwi Chowdown was another one by Future Kingdoms, and it should be fulfilled by next March. They fulfilled War for Chicken Island quite a long time ago. So. And here's another thing for their universe projects on the timeline. All of their universe projects are fulfilled there. So Major Talent, Chronicle Wounded, Origins. They're also on My Mini Factory if you just want their minis. Again, you get Legendary Dragons and their new Minera. Okay. It's the Dragonbond universe again. All right, you can check them out on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, of course. And tell me what you guys think of Dragonbond. It's a pretty good value, I think, in my opinion. If you just want the STLs, you can kind of go STL print and play style there for 15. It's nice, but you won't get much of the of all the extra bonuses, of course. If you're not sure, you go ahead and put your money down on low, or you could just follow it like all the other Kickstarters that we did today. You could just follow them and just kind of watch how they go. And you could back towards the end if your finances are seeing that you could do the pledge level you want. But usually when you get to the pledge manager, you could change your pledge there. So if you don't feel like you're kind of locked in, this just kind of saves you like a little spot until you get to like your pledge manager, usually for most of these games here. Okay, but tell me what you guys think about these 3 games here: Dragonbond, Lords of Vaala, Flamecraft, and Uncharted Lands. All right, 3 different things, 2 board games, and all different types of styles. And just tell me what you guys think about them. Maybe you think you're worthy of back in. Do you just want to check them out? Again, there'll be links down in the description below for each of these Kickstarters. But again, my name is Christopher. Thanks again for watching. And never stop smiling, guys. Bye-bye.